John, I guess, what do you feel is maybe the difference in the quality of a team like Aston Villa or Premier League team that you maybe is it maybe a difference that you don't see until you actually get to see it firsthand on the field?
Yeah, when you see it up close, it's impressive. The technical quality of the players and how they move is incredible. But our guys did a really great job stepping up to that today and tried to match that as best they could, and I thought they did nice that. So for them, it's impressive to see how fast they can move the ball with clean technical touches in between the lines, progress the ball fast down the line if they need to or in behind. They're just very, very sound on the ball, and I think that makes a huge difference for how they want to execute their style of play, and it suits them well.
John, you talked about maybe a shaky start at the beginning of both halves, and it felt like as the half went on, especially in midfield, you guys were able to kind of pick your heads up a little bit more and find space. What do you think kind of contributed to maybe growing into the half each time?
Well, we talked to the guys before the game just to calm down. I think there were a bit of nerves in the warm-up. We could kind of sense it from the guys a little bit as the Villa guys walked out and we were starting to go through things. So for them, we said before the game, have fun, enjoy the moment, right? Work together hard. And I think after a few minutes, they just took a deep breath and the guys started to collectively help keep each other up. I think that made a big difference. The collectiveness of the group. We have an anchor called Together We're Better. I think that they really leaned into that today, and I think that showed after the first 5 minutes of each half.
John, when, of course it was a collective effort, like you said, but when you see a guy like Johnny Perez confirming today against a big team like Villa, how the kind of a season he's having, what's your thought right there?
We're so excited for Johnny and kind of how he's progressed since he's came into our team, and for him to have a performance like he did today and the way he can contribute, in possession, in transition. Of course, there's things that we want him to improve, but he's really done a great job over these past several weeks and past couple months of just cementing his place in the group. He's been excellent, so we're really proud of him and the effort that he's put forward. He's done a lot of growing off the field as well, so for us, it's been huge to see him progress like that.
Jordan Knight's performance today, from the eyes in the sky from the press box, he really stood out beyond all the other youngsters, including Matt Coker as well. But just your assessment on his game today.
Jordan, took his moment really well today. I think he stepped into a moment where, we're down a few left backs at the moment. We called him in on short notice. He had, one training session really, and then came into the game, and he did excellent with the role in which we asked him to do. He showed versatility in his ability to get forward, I think, and run behind the line, which was excellent. He battled 1v1 defending. His dueling was good. And I think he controlled space behind him really well. So I think for him to come in and have a performance like that, it was great. Yeah.
Is that the archetype you guys are kind of looking for at that left and right backs, like kind of ending hard this season?
It's nice when you have a ball progressing fullback or a vertical fullback that can threaten behind the line or contribute in the attacking half of the field. Obviously, Andy, you see the contributions he's had from an assist perspective and even some of the goals that he's been able to score. That's huge. So I think having a left fullback that can do that, and obviously Dan can do that as well. He showed that very early in the season with the assist that he's been able to contribute. So we love that. So that for us, that was great to see.
I know Sam only came in for the last 30 minutes. Do you feel like this meant something to him getting to play a team from back home?
I think, of course. I think there was no from the beginning of the week. I think he's been fully focused on, even though it was a friendly game, whatever minutes that he was going to get, he wanted to come in and make an impact and do that. And I think for him to come into the game too and do what he did and score too was awesome. So for him, I think there's maybe a little bit extra in there for him, but I didn't ask him about it, and I'm not reading into it. I just know his concentration, his preparation was exactly the same that he's had every single week. He didn't take this week off at all. So for me, that was huge to see.
Yeah, it was exciting. I think obviously today was an opportunity for lads, I think, that weren't played as much to kind of get some minutes. Obviously they're in their pre-season, so obviously could have been probably more competitive, but at the same time, like, we done really well, and I think we'll feel like we gave a good account of ourselves.
How important is it to keep playing hard and keep those levels up in the midst of this season you're having as you push for a supporter field?
Yeah, I think for me, it's like I said about competitive, like I'm always competitive. I want to be scoring goals. It doesn't matter who it's against. And I think, this can only give me more confidence. And I think for the final 9 games, it's going to be brilliant for me and brilliant for the team.
Sam, John talked about how you were fully focused in training this week, didn't take a week off. I know it's a friendly, but what do you take from this match to set yourself up for the next 9 games?
Yeah. Like you said, I think we don't want to take any time off. We've seen it where Teams might have had maybe a week off now because they want to feel fresh, but I think we want to get even sharper because we know our ceiling's higher and we know we can play better. And I think, like I said, we had a bad result against San Diego and obviously Miami in the past few weeks, and I think it's been good for us to get into the training ground. And yeah, we showed today in the end that we can compete against good teams. So.
Yeah. Sam, is there anything that you told your teammates or just maybe prepared them for what they would see in facing a team of this caliber, seeing as you've played teams like that, obviously in the Premier League?
Yeah, I think just the sharpness of it. I think when you play against these types of teams, I think when you say give the ball away or you make a mistake, I think you get. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't end well a lot of the time against these sort of teams, and I think in the MLS sometimes maybe you can get away with some stuff, but when you're playing against, obviously Villa have done really well in the Champions League. They finished I think 6th last year in the Premier League. I think them types of teams will they'll take advantage of that.
Sam, a couple of things. I mean, one thing is that your brother is not doing his job because he's not showing you any no celebration for goals.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, was it anything different in you because of the fact that you were playing actually a team from Krakow?
I wouldn't say it was. I think we could have played against, I don't know, like some local team, and I feel like today I would want to come out and I'd want to get a goal. Obviously, it's nice playing against a team from England, against a Premier League team, and it's good to test yourself against these players. But I think for myself, it was exciting, but at the same time, I had my mind set on St. Louis next week, and if I could take my goals away today and put it into the St. Louis game, I would do that in a heartbeat. I think my mind's been set on St. Louis since the San Diego game ended, and I think we all want to push for a trophy this year, and that's probably our main goal.
Any other questions?
Sam, you don't come on as a sub very often. Did it mean something to you, the reaction you got from the crowd when you did get it?
Yeah, I think that was probably quite nice. I don't know if the manager planned it. I don't know what it was, but it was nice when I came on. I think I don't normally listen to that, like to the crowd in a way, but it was noticed. It was a good reception. But I think I've built up a good relationship with the fans here now, and it's obviously nice to hear. So.